I'm 5C, also known as Scotty, and thanks for coming to view tonight's match. I still haven't quite figured out how I want to edit these matches together, so any feedback is appreciated. With that being said, let's begin by showcasing our fighters this evening. First off, we have Scotty, piloting the 12th Doctor with Graham O'Brien as his Doctor's companion. This Teamer Stormlist seeks to cast and copy spells from anywhere besides his hand to produce massive bursts of resource advantage. Next, we have Bullcut, piloting the seemingly classic pair of the 10th Doctor and Rose Tyler. This Jeskai Big Spells list wants to chuck everything into exile with time counters on them to pump Rose to the skies, with later plans to time travel and cast their suspended extra turn and Eldrazi spells for free. Then we have Stuffed Goat, playing the commander Davros, Dalek Creator. This is a Dragon's Approach deck that utilizes 19 copies of burn spells to not only cheat big stumpy dragons into play, but also trigger his commander early and often for extra pain. Finally, we have 75, who reveals the Cult of Skaros in his command zone. This Grixis mid-range deck aims to fire off extra combat spells to exterminate his opponents with attack triggers and extra combat damage, protecting his board with a package of counter and kill spells. Also, a huge thank you to the team at Playing with Power. A majority of my work on these projects was inspired by you. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into tonight's match. Go ahead and start us off with a draw for turn. And we'll play a mountain and pass the turn.
Okay, draw. I will play a training center and cast a Mystic Remora.
Scalding Tarn, I'll crack it for Badlands.
And we'll go for a green source into Root Bankrag, untapped if you control him out, into Graham O'Brien. If I cast a spell from outside my hand, I make a food.
I mean, I have to pay, right? I have to try to get some value. Tapped Sulphur Falls and pass the turn.
I'm gonna shock in this Watery Grave here and play a Goblin Electromancer.
Nice.
And pass.
Forest, and tap for 3 and cast a Decanter of Endless Water. You may get your card, sir. Move to combat and I will send 2 at you, Volcut.
What the hell? Yep, looks like it's pay 2 to draw a card. Draw. Planes. Cast an Arcane Signet. And then I will cast Rose Tyler. Pass the turn.
I will draw. I'll play this Snow-Covered Swamp and play a Burgie, and then I will pass the turn.
Not the time. I mean, Talisman of Dominance. Pass.
We'll untap. Draw a card. So I'm going to cast a main-phased Frantic Search, and I'm going to float a green in response. And I'll draw 2, discard 2, and untap up to 3 lands. I'll discard an Errant Street Artist. Yeah, I'm actually going to pitch a Swan Song here.
Cool.
And untap these 3 lands. Use this and this to cast a Talisman of Curiosity. I will pass the turn from that.
Untap, draw. Mystic Sanctuary. Very sad.
Tough calls, yeah, tough calls in this pot already, very early.
3 mana. I'm gonna cast a Valakut Awakening. I'll get rid of 3 Mono Library, and I'll draw 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have to just ship the turn here. 6 cards in hand.
On your end step, I'd like to add 1 and a blue, taking a damage, and cast a Resculpt, targeting the Berkey.
Ooh.
Okay. I will get like an elemental token. So, okay. I will drizzle. Tap 2, not in my end drop. Play a Strionic Resonator, and I'll pass.
Untap. Oh. Shit, Rick Moss. I'm just gonna cost 1 commander. Pass.
Alright, untap and draw. I guess since we're all missing land drops here, I'll tap for 4 and cast an Archmage Emeritus, taking a point of damage from my talisman.
Cool.
And pass.
Add our car wastes for turn. 1, 2, and I'm gonna try to cast just a little goblin guy. Dockside. 2 from you, 2 from 75, 1 from Goat. 5. I will pay 5 to cast my commander. I'm gonna move to combat. Rose at Scotty. Trigger my commander, trigger Rose. I'm gonna stack it so that I suspend first. Oh, okay. It's a time stretch. With 3 suspend counters.
It looks really bad that I discarded a Swan Song last turn, and now we have to figure out how to deal with a time stretch soon. But fortunately, I think I have a plan here.
And then Rose gets a +1 for each suspended card.
It'll be a 3/3 coming at you.
No blocks.
In second main, I'll pay 4 mana to cast a Wild Magic Sorcerer. That is it for me.
Well, untap a quick draw. Pay 2 life, and I will get probe myself to draw a card. I'll pay for 2 a Ruby Medallion. Passaging.
Untap. Oh, I really like the land. The Cult of Skaros is going to come at you, gold cards. On the attack trigger, I'll roll a d4. It's a 1. So, +1/+1 counter on each artifact which I control, so it is a 5/5.
Chump with Dockside.
Second main, blue, 2 others for propaganda, and that's lost.
Blue and a red. I will cast this Beam Splitter Mage.
The polar opposite of Ivy.
Green and blue. And I will cast a Founding the Third Path. Taking a damage from my talisman. Resolve the first trigger and cast a Slip Out the Back, targeting my Beam Splitter Mage.
Oh, nice.
This is going to copy targeting Archmage Emeritus, and is going to give +1 counters to each of them, and put 2 Magecraft triggers on the stack from Archmage. So I'll draw 2 cards. And these guys will phase out. Yeah, I love still not having lands. I'll tap for a red, and I'll cast a Faithless Looting. So I'll draw 2. And then there's my lands. I'll discard... I'm going to discard an Exotic Orchard and a Growth Spiral. And then I'll play a Command Tower for turn, and then pass.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than a Faithless Looting with like a few cards in hand. Untap. It goes down by 1. There are 2 time counters on it. Draw for turn. I would love to have a land drop right now and just time travel for time stretch. Dash out a Ragavan. Cast Pyroblast, targeting the propaganda.
But I like my protection, so I'm going to take a damage and counterspell that.
We'll move to combat. Swing Ragavan at Scotty. And I'll just go both at Scotty. So exile a Talisman of Creativity with 3 time counters. She gets +2. Also, it would be a 5/5.
I'll block Ragavan, and I'll take 5.
Okay, so they trade. Pass the turn there.
Untap up, you draw. Tap 3 and play Davros.
Exterminate.
Scotty, you don't have any blockers, and I need to deal damage. So,
We're just bullying Scotty.
yeah, I have 4/4 coming at you, Scotty.
No blocks.
End step, and I'll create a 3/3 Dalek,
Villainous choice.
and you get to choose whether or not I get to draw, or you discard.
Oh yeah, it is just me. You can draw.
Pass.
Untap.
I mean, we're terrified of time stretch, right? Like,
Yeah, so I'm just going to exterminate, destroying the 10th Doctor.
Yeah, I'm responding. I'm going to tap both of these and try to cast a Danny's DeVito.
oh wow. I see his logic in trying to protect his doctor in order to hit his land drop to time stretch, but at this point he's just leaving his time stretch unprotected. I was thinking maybe he has another counterspell, but if not, then that's great for me.
Yeah, well, I've got no response to that. And that's the best thing I can do is send a pass.
These guys will face back in. And then you have 7 mana? Is that what I'm understanding?
I don't. I have 6 mana and I missed my land drop last turn.
Draw for turn.
Yeah.
Fire of the Founding. I'll mill 4. Atali Primal Conqueror, Simic Growth Chamber, Big Score, and Leap. So I will cast my commander, 12th Doctor. I will cast a Noxious Revival, targeting my Swan Song in my graveyard. Trigger Archmage Emeritus. I'm going to tap for a blue. And I'm going to cast a Slip Through Space, targeting Beam Splitter Mage. It's going to copy, targeting my Archmage Emeritus. The copy trigger, give my commander a counter. And then the Magecraft triggers, I'll draw 2. 2 Slip Through Spaces, I draw 2 more. And believe it or not, I still missed my land drop. I will go to combat, and 6 damage over towards Bullcut. Hope you don't hit your land drop either, Bullcut. Pass.
Well, you might get your wish. I need card draw. Go to combat. I will swing Rose Tyler 75. Oh, no, right, you have the propaganda. I suppose I will pay. Trigger the 10th Doctor. It's a blast act. Interesting. So Rose Tyler will get +3/+3 additional to 3. So she's at 10/10 now.
I want to keep my command around, so I'm going to have to take 10.
Second main, cast a Boros Signet, cast a Sinister Concierge, which is a 2/1 that when it dies, I can exile it and also exile another creature 3 times. After that, I will pass the turn.
Untap, I'll keep draw. It's a land. Sulphurous Springs. Tap for 3. Play a Stormkill Artist.
So you have infinite dragons approaches right now?
Yeah, but no draw. So I'll pay a red. I'll cast this here Dragon's Approach.
Whoa!
I'll create a treasure.
We all do?
Yeah, we all take
Yeah, everyone. Another Dragon's Approach. I'll cast another Dragon's Approach.
Oh my gosh, okay.
I'll have 1 treasure remaining here. And everyone at my end step, pending my commander being alive, will face a perilous choice. Villainous
I'm going to
choice.
discard a card. I'm going to discard the Master Multiplied.
I'm also going to discard a card. Mithril Coat, actually.
Thanks for your sacrifice, comrades. I'm gonna let you draw a card.
And I'll create a Dalek and pass.
Please hit a land. That's all I want. That's all I want. I'm going to cast the Sound of Drums. Target the 12th Doctor. Enchanted creature is goaded. If enchanted creature would deal combat damage to opponent or player, it deals double that damage instead. But I can see it getting big, and I can't see myself sticking around for long, so I just want to see what happens.
Yeah,
Pass.
sure. I draw a card. Founding the third path goes to the 3rd chapter, and I exile a target instant or sorcery from my graveyard. I copy it, and I cast the copy. So I'm going to exile Big Score, and I'm going to cast it from my graveyard. And because the first spell that I cast from outside my hand has Demonstrate 75, I'm going to discard a card for both of us to draw 2 and make 2 treasures. But I'm going to do it twice.
No.
I'm going to discard,
Wait.
start the TARDIS, Demonstrate. You get a copy, and then I get a copy, and I have 2 Archmage's Emeritus triggers in the stack. So I'll draw a card, and then I'll resolve, draw 2, and make 2 treasures, and then you'll draw 2 and make 2 treasures. 75? Actually, Scott, you got it backwards. Demonstrate gives your opponent the copy of the spell after you get the copy. So theirs goes on top of the stack and resolves first.
Okay.
And then I will draw 2 and make 2 treasures.
Thanks.
So 75 doesn't discard because he's copying and not casting?
Correct, he's copying. And then I'm drawing 6 and making 4 treasures because of 2 Magecraft triggers. And then 1 copy, so 1 counter on 12th Doctor. I will play this mountain. Tap for 1 and a colorless to cast Adventure Side. Distribute, so it's Grove's Bounty. Distribute X +1 counters among any number of target creatures you control. I'm just going to pay for 1 and target Beam Splitter Mage. But it's going to get copied and target the 12th Doctor. So I'm going to draw 2 cards for Magecraft triggers and get counters on each of these guys. And then Elusive Otter will go on an adventure. Cards in hand, everybody?
Uno.
4.
Sure, let's fire off a Jessica's Will. Yeah, I'll draw a card from the Archmage trigger. And then I will add 4 red and a Chandra Hope's Beacon, a Talisman of Creativity, and a Shatter Skull Smashing. So I will pay 2 and cast a Talisman. Pay 2 more red, cast a Thought Vessel. These will get exiled forever. I'm going to pay for 3. I'm going to cast a Guff Rewrites History. On cast, I'll have a Magecraft trigger to draw a card. So this is like a Mass Chaos Warp effect. It says for each player, I choose a non-enchantment, non-land permanent, and then each of those players shuffle those cards into their library, and then we flip until we hit a non-land card and cast that card for free. Targets are the Rose, the Stormkiln, and
Talisman.
is that?
For
I guess that's like
Commander.
it's still painful enough to be a valid target. So sure, your
I
Talisman's
mean,
fine. I also have to choose a permanent, so I'll be choosing my treasure. We'll shuffle those cards in and then flip until we hit a non-land. Cast that card for free. And I will flip into a Deep Analysis. Magecraft trigger, I'll draw a card, and then Deep Analysis, I'll draw 2 more.
Mine's a Kozilek Butcher of Truth. So I'll draw 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I cascade actually as well. I could stack the triggers, so I'll stack the Kozilek draw after the cascade. Alright. Joyra of the Gitu on the cascade.
I got a Dragon's Approach, baby.
Narset.
I'm
I
actually
got
gonna
a cyber conversion. I can turn something into a 2/2 cyber artifact creature.
Oh.
I'm going to target the 10th Doctor.
Yeah, that will happen. So it turns in, it's just like a Kenrith bolt thing, like, right? Pretty
Yeah.
much. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, and then after that, I'm gonna pass the turn. I don't think I. Oh, I'm goaded. Sorry, I have to go to combat.
Yeah.
Declare my attacks, and I'm gonna send this 7/7 goaded guy at Bull Cut. And when I do, I'm gonna hold priority before we go to blocks, and I'm gonna tap for 2, and I'm gonna cast a Reality Shift to exile the Kozilek. So you exile it and manifest the top card of your library, and then I draw a card because of Magecraft. And then we can go to blockers.
I'm gonna block with the Sinister Concierge, and when it dies, I'm gonna choose to suspend it, and I will also suspend. I guess the immediate threat is, I suppose, the commander, right? So I will just choose to suspend him as well with 3 time counters.
As he moves to exile, I will put him in the command zone.
Yep.
You're gonna just increase those time counters if you have the chance. So
Most likely, yeah.
and pass the turn. I made 2 big mistakes this turn. I attacked right into a Sinister Concierge. Great card. But I forgot about it, and now my commander's dead, and I'm going to have to recast the 12th Doctor next turn for 7. The other mistake that I made was casting the Guff Rewrites History on my turn. It's an instant. And if I had cast it on Bullcut's upkeep, not only would I have gotten a Demonstrate trigger, but I also wouldn't have had to worry about an untapped Kozilek. The other thing is I would have blocked him from this time stretch cascade that he's about to get. Unfortunately, he misses it, so I don't know if it makes up for that mistake or not, but we're going to move on and see what happens next.
Alrighty. Untap, upkeep, trigger my things. Time stretch on the stack.
Swan Song.
Do I have an answer? I do not. Swan Song, I get a bird.
I get a card from Archmage. Cool. Alright. Live to fight another day. Or die to Dragon's Approach. One or the other.
Draw my card. Play Command Tower. Okay, I'm gonna pay a blue to cast a Personal Tutor. Search for sorcery, shuffle, put it on top. Is that cool?
Yeah.
I think I will grab a Vanquish the Horde on top. I will tap this to cast an Azorius Signet. And then I will tap this to cast a Scroll Rack.
Yep.
I'll tap the Scroll Rack, pitch this card, put this on in my hand. and I will try to cast Vanquish the Horde reduced to 2 white mana.
Yeah, that's good for me.
Yeah.
Cool.
I do have a response. 3 mana with full coat.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Cool. My manifest was a Smothering Tithe. Yeah, I think it kind of just ends my turn. So I
How
will
do you
just
feel
pass the turn.
about? Is it just one word? Is it
Yep.
just one more that he needs?
Oh man, I didn't get it.
Good.
I'm gonna do a Lotus Petal. And then I'll tap out for 6. Crack my treasure and my Lotus Petal. And I'll recast my commander. And then I will pass the turn.
Cool.
Oh, sorry, my commander costs 1 less, so I technically have Lotus Petal back.
Nice.
It's a land that's too late, but at least I got another one. Shadowmoor Ridge. Yeah, I'm gonna tap out because this is kind of useless, but I'm going to delete for 4. It does X damage to each non-artifact creature in each player. Kind of useless, but not true. So, and then Bold Cut, I'm going to attack Cold Skaro, come at you. On the attack trigger, I will roll a d4. I rolled a 1.
No, why?
It gets another counter. So it's 6/6.
Okay.
I kind of want to do the other stuff to be fair. And pass.
Just gonna look in this massive graveyard for a second. Storm carved coast. Casting the 12th Doctor. So I'll do 2 for a Talisman of Impulse. I'll go for blue. I will cast the Elusive Otter from my Adventure Zone. The first spell I'm casting from outside my hand, so 75, you may also get an Elusive Otter. Add a counter because I copied a spell, and then I will pass the turn.
I'm definitely going to hit the land drop it I was searching for a couple turns ago, and it's going to make me very, very sad. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I didn't even trigger this, so I have this. That's the math I was not thinking of. I'm going to cast a Jeweled Lotus. I will crack it for blue. 4. Commander. 7. Time travel. I'm going to try to Blast Act, and I can choose to add or not add, so I won't do anything with this one. Do we like that? Do we like Blast Act?
I'm fine with it.
Okay, my commander's dead again. Yeah, I'm hellbent and passing the turn.
Raw, hey,
Confused.
guess what, guys? 2 mana. I'll cast this here.
I kind of forgot that the
Right.
cult is indestructible when I did that. Oh, I might be dead.
And also, Dragon's Approach is still a thing. Yeah, I'll take 3. I have no effects.
Yep.
Nice.
And then I will go ahead and exile 4. And view my library for a dragon. We'll get this here silver dragon.
Nice.
And then we'll pass the turn.
Oh, so here are all the lands. Crumbling Necropolis comes in tapped. Cult is coming your way, Stuffed Goat. If 4 blockers are declared, I'm going to Deadly Rollick your dragon.
I would like to Swan Song it.
No.
Yeah, I think it's probably worth a Flusterstorm. Pay 3 for that counterspell, or it gets countered.
How many cards you got in your hand, Scotty? 6,
7, 8, 9.
9. And it's worth trying to at least protect it. Crack for blue and offer you can't refuse the Deadly Relic.
Sounds good.
You get 2 treasures. That's worth a shot.
Let's do on the attack trigger. The thing happens. Not every one. It's a 2. 6/6.
Yeah, okay. I'll risk it. I'll block.
That's all I can do. Fast.
Untap and draw a card. Training Center is my land for turn. Let's cast the 12th Doctor, and I'm gonna pass the turn.
I will untap. Sinister Concierge is alive. Draw a land. I am going to cast a Ponder and look at the top 3. And so I'm dead to a dragon. I'm dead to a cult. I'm dead to the 12th Doctor probably soon. I think the move is to put them like that and then draw this card.
If it rolls to the damage, that happens, but I can't hyper control.
While there's less mana up, I'm going to try to swords the dragon to gain 8.
Paying 8?
Yeah, I will. Oh no, it's just 4. I'm gonna cast my lady, and I think that will be it for me. Go ahead.
Draw. Tap 2. I'll play this guy. And then I have 2 cards in my hand. I'll pass the turn.
I will
On
untap.
keep 75.
Yes.
So let me put it this way: would you rather draw a card in your graveyard, or would you, of your choice, or would you rather draw a card at random?
I think I'd rather draw a card at random.
Sounds good. Proceed.
No, that's funny. I'm gonna play a swamp for turn. Tap 3. Get the Sandatrons from my graveyard into my hand. Because that's a thing I can do. And then I'm gonna hope for a Dalek and attack Stuffed Goats with Skaros. And roll me that trigger. And hope. Give me a Dalek.
No.
Here's a 4.
No.
Everyone loses full life.
Ugh.
And I'll take 6 commander.
Correct.
I like this. You guys are one dragon's approaching.
I'll pass.
Okay, on your end step, I'm gonna flash in a Snapcaster Mage. Target Noxious Revival as the card that gains flashback until end of turn. And I will pay green. And I will cast Noxious Revival from my graveyard, demonstrating it. So the first copy is gonna target Frantic Search. Frantic Search is gonna go on top of my library, and then the copy is gonna go to 75. And then my copy is going to target my Atali Primal Conqueror.
Well, for what it's worth, 75 would choose first because the copy resolves his resolves first.
Okay, so these are my targets, and then yours resolve first. True.
I'll put counterspell on top
Sounds good.
of my.
And I'll put these 2 on top. This gets exiled. Snap is on the battlefield. I got a counter on 12th Doctor for copying a spell, and then I'm going to my turn. I will draw an Atali Primal Conqueror. I will play an island for turn. I will put a Atali Primal Conqueror on the stack. Atali on cast, any response?
No response from me.
Looks like that counter spell is going to be useless.
You keep flipping. And everything else is exiled. And I'm guessing Stuffed Goat's gonna give me a Dragon's Approach. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Holy shit! Alright, we'll take this enlightened here before I die.
I'm going to first put the Frantic Search on top of the stack. I'm gonna tap for 3 in response. I'm gonna get 2 blue and a red and floating. I'm gonna copy Frantic Search, and Bullcut and I are gonna draw 2 and discard 2 and untap 3 lands.
Alright, I'll untap these. Oh man, I haven't gotten to cast this Rousing Refrain and Flooded Strand.
Alright, I'll draw 2, discard 2. It'll be an island and a Cascade Bluffs. And at this point, I should be keeping track of my storm counter. It's 1-2 right now. And then the copy resolves. I untap these 3 lands. And then the original copy resolves. I also get a trigger for a counter. Draw 2, discard 2. I'll discard a mountain and...
Are you not interested in tutoring before?
well, I have to resolve the Frantic Searches. I can put the thing on... oh, I guess I could have... I see what you're saying.
In between.
Yeah, that's fine. I will discard a Mountain and a Questing Druid, and then untap my last 3 lands. I'll put an Enlightened Tutor on the stack. I don't even know what I'm going to go get. I think what it is going to be is a Soul Ring. I will cast the Dragon's Approach for Storm Count, and then I will cast the counter spell to counter it. I want this Storm Count.
Grape shot.
I mean, it's in my hand. I'm trying to figure out what I need to do to get there. Yeah, let's cast the Fugitive Doctor, actually, with the red, 2 blue, and then green red. With ETBs, I make a clue token, and when she attacks, I can sacrifice a clue if I do target against their sorcery, gains flashback until end of turn. Storm Count 4. Yeah, sure, let's do a red and cast the Crimson Wisps to give the Fugitive Doctor haste until end of turn, draw a card, have Storm Count 5, cast the Soul Ring for 1, cast the Expedite, target creature is red and gains haste until end of turn, that's a tally, draw a card, Storm Count 6. Okay, so I will move to combat. I will send a 4/4, a 7/7, a 2/1. I'm going to send 19 over at Stuffed Goat. On attack, I'll sack a clue, and yeah, let's put the Jessica's Will with flashback. Put 2 red, green red. Till end of turn, and then we'll go to 19 unblocked damage, and then we'll tap for 2. This has been green red. And let's cast the Jessica's Will for 4 red. Flashback. Storm Count 7. Exiling Scalding Tarn, Aminatu's Augury, and Zada Hedron Grinder. Let's cast the Manamorphose. For 1 in a red, I'll add blue green to my mana pool, and I'll draw a card. I can cast this for blue and green. Hidden Strings. I can tap or untap target permanent, and then I can untap or untap another target permanent, and then I cipher it onto a creature. So I'll untap my Soul Ring and my Command Tower. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for the Aminatu's Augury. So that's Storm Count 10. And these will be exiled. Well, until end of turn, I guess. Aminatu's Augury reads, exile the top 8 of your library, you can play a land, and for each card type, you can play one of the exiled cards from among them without paying its mana cost. Play the Dreamroot Cascade as land for turn. A mana geyser that gives me a butt ton of mana. These are all going to get exiled. Cast the mana geyser. Storm Count 11, 5 more red.
So 5 in total from mana geyser.
Cast Snap, targeting Cult of Skaro. It returns it to your hand.
Okay.
Cast the bigger on the inside. It's an aura that says whenever this enchanted permanent is tapped, its controller adds 2 mana of any one color, and the next spell that they cast has Cascade. I'm going to enchant the Dreamroot Cascade. Storm Counts 14. Oh, I think I figured it out. I'll cast a Grape Shot for 2 red. And I'll copy it 14 times. I'll deal 9 to Goat, 3 to Bowl Cut, and then 5 to 75. And because there are 14 copies of Grape Shot, my commander triggers 14 times and gets 14 counters.
Yeah.
I will use the 3 red in my mana pool, and I will cast a Kazul's Fury. And I will sacrifice the 12th Doctor to fling my commander at 75's face.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Nice. That was a cool turn. People are gonna want that deck list if you post this.
Congrats to Scotty on his win in tonight's game. Although not completely earned, his incredibly powerful draw engines and instant speed spells allowed him to set up the perfect situation to storm off and win the game. Tonight's card of the game goes to Archmage Emeritus. Scotty absolutely abused the Magecraft ability to perfection, drawing a grand total of 13 cards from Archmage alone. Thanks for watching, and until next time.